Hey guys, today we're talking self-tanner. I have received the question so many times this past week, what is your all-time favorite self-tanner? And that's a really hard question to answer. I could tell you what my favorite is right now. I could tell you what I'm using right now, but I have so many favorites because they all just have such different purposes and they last different lengths of time and they have different application processes. So I'm gonna be just narrowing down my top favorites. I have been using self-tanner since 2018 or 2019. So I've definitely played with a lot of brands and I have some discount codes for y'all. I have some discount codes that get free shipping for y'all through this. So these are just my top favorites. So I will link my self-tanning routine below for y'all. It's a little hard to get around this big belly these days. I usually get my husband to help me. So the most accurate like self-tanning routine, I will link that below for y'all, but just don't be scared of it and know that practice makes perfect. If you are like someone who is just so intimidated by it, use a lot of lotion. We'll talk about that in the video. And we will go ahead and get started with the gradual self-tanners because I find that those are they're definitely, I don't want to say they're the most high maintenance. They're definitely the ones that are going to last like the least amount of time, but I find that they're super easy to just throw on in the morning time. And then by the evening, you're like a really pretty glowy color. Or if you're not someone who wants to like sit still, you know, and wear your like just a special gown or t-shirt or something for 2 hours, then those are a better option. So I find that they're a little bit more doable for like mom life because there's no way my toddler's going to leave me alone for 2 hours. So I usually go with a gradual and I apply whether it's at nighttime or the morning. The deluxe gradual tan in the color dark. I find that this brand, the dark, is perfect for me. You could definitely do, I think it's called ultra dark on their website if you have like naturally darker skin, but for me this one's perfect and I find that this just like smells good, it lasts a long time, it does not transfer, but I do let it fully dry. So like if I put this on at nighttime, I'm waiting at least 20 to 45 minutes before I'm getting in bed and then I don't notice any transfer. But I think this just, it looks so pretty. It's a really nice olive color and it's gonna last me about like 2 to 3 days just based off of one application. So I love this one. It also doesn't smell good. Like it actually smells really good. And I believe they recently came out with a rose collection that actually smells like roses that I've heard a lot of people talk about. So I have been using Loving Tan. It's one of the first like higher end brands that I used in 2019. It's still one of my most read blog posts was reviewing the 2 hour from them. So they actually reached out this past weekend and I was like pinching myself so excited. They gave me a discount code. So it's Moriah R for free shipping and a free mitt if you go on their website, not from anywhere else, but like on their website. And I was so excited because like to have written a blog post in like I think it was 2019 and like have loved and used this brand so much and them to finally like give me a discount code, I was just like, oh, so exciting. So I love the gradual self-tan from them. This is the one that I've been using a lot lately. But if you're looking for a more clean self-tan, then I definitely recommend this one. So this is Beauty by Earth, the self-tanning lotion in the color medium to dark. I don't recommend the lighter one. I feel like it's just way too light. But for me, this is definitely the lightest of all of the ones that I'm talking about, whether it's gradual or 2 hour, like this is the lightest of them all. This is more of a lotion. It's not a mousse, just like this, like the gradual here. It is a lotion. Very hydrating. I don't really care one way or the other whether it's a mousse or a lotion. I just find these to be a little bit more hydrating. So during the summertime, if I'm just feeling lazy, and again, I can't like devote 2 hours to just like not being touched or whatever, then these are a better option. But this one is clean. I get mine from Amazon. They have deals sometimes. They have like a face option as well. I usually don't self-tan my face at all because I do put so much skincare and like I exfoliate my face so much that it doesn't usually do me any good. So I'll just match like my makeup to the rest of my body and I will self-tan pretty much from my neck all the way to my toes, even around my gigantic belly these days. But another one that's like transfer proof, smells good, leaves a really pretty color, very natural. It's just gradual and will last you about, I don't know. I feel like sometimes I can get 5 days, but again, I shower twice a day, so it really just depends. Like if I kind of upkeep throughout the week, it's definitely gonna last me longer. And then this one can definitely be used as a self-tanner on its own, but I actually prefer this one for upkeep for all of my self-tanners. So this one is the most expensive. I did get it in like a 2-pack. You can usually find these on a deal. They are not cheap, but I got this, I want to say it might have been last summer or even maybe early last winter, like right before springtime that I bought this. And I mean, I can't tell. If I had to guess where product is, I'd say we're probably got some like maybe in here still left, and I like have this entire bottle that I haven't touched. And I use this a lot during the summer because it's a really good upkeep. So this is just the butter. It's an illuminating tan butter. Super hydrating, again, transfer proof, smells really good. But this one, if you want to use it as a self tanner, we're talking like 3 to 4 days. You're gonna have to use this over and over and over before you really start to see that color. But that can work in your favor when you're using this for upkeep. So if I was to go to the beach, what I would probably do is take like a 2-hour mousse, do my self tan, pack this in the suitcase, and then go to the beach. Every night before I got in bed, especially because your skin is so dry at the beach, I would apply this, and that's going to help keep that self tanner like up, but it's also going to hydrate your skin without looking too crazy. So this one is a very expensive price for such a odd product that like takes 3 to 4 days to develop on its own, but it's one that's just really good. So, and it's gonna last you a long time. So I don't recommend buying that unless you can find it on a deal. I'll see if I can find one for this video. HSN is usually where I see good deals. QVC sometimes, I think, if they sell it. I know that like there are some times that I have like a, you know, a discount code or something with another company, they'll sell it. I'll buy it if I'm out, but I legit have not had to buy this product in so long. Now, I do have one self-tanning water that I kind of like. It's the lowest of like all of my favorites, I'd say, just because to me, I feel like self-tanning water is best on your face. I know some people swear by self-tanning water all over. Some people think that self-tanning water is better when you're using it for maintenance. But for me, the Isle of Paradise, the dark self-tanning water with color correcting actives to even skin tone is great for like your face, and it actually is really good for your hands too. So if you're really nervous about your hands, you can definitely get a self-tanning water, and what you can do is spray it on your hands. I do still recommend like taking a brush. I did share that in my like actual self-tanning routine video. I just like take a brush and get it all over my hands. You can wait about 15 minutes and then put a small amount of lotion on your hands and rub it together, and that's actually going to help kind of even it out. So that's a great option if you are really scared of like messing up your hands, or you don't want to have like crazy dark hands or something like that. But I don't know, it's kind of hard for me because it is literally a water that just after so many hours starts to develop. So for me, it's still very intimidating to use because I'm like, I can't see where this is going. I don't know if it's even, but it is kind of like an honorable mention for this video. Then I've got 2 mousses here. One that I kind of turned into a mousse, but it's like a liquid on its own. So I'm going to put that in its own category. But the top 2 that I love, we will start out with the Loving Tan. So this is the 2-Hour Express Deluxe Bronze Mousse in the color dark. Another olive tone. This is one, you put it on, you need to like not wear undergarments. You need to wear a big old ratty shirt because it probably will stain your clothes. I have like a devoted self-tanning shirt. You don't need to be doing anything. You don't need to be picking up your kid. You don't need to be sweating. For 2 hours, you are sitting still. But what I love about this one is that when you wash it off, and when I say wash it off, I mean with water, not soap, just with water that first time, your color is going to be gorgeous already. You're not gonna have to wait for this one to develop. It's 2 hours and that's it. So if you forgot to self-tan, you have an event tonight, you know, whatever, this is definitely like the to the rescue one. If you're gonna be in a wedding, hands down, no matter what, I recommend this one. I can get about 5 to 7 days out of this one. It is the best. I do still have upkeep that I do on them, but oh my gosh, the color is gorgeous. It doesn't smell bad. They did give me the discount code, this same brand, if you use it on their website, Moriah R, for free shipping and the free tanning mitt. It's just, y'all, I'm telling you, like, Of all of them, this is what got me obsessed with self tanner, which is why I wrote that blog post all those years ago, because I was just in love with it. It was like I had my legs up and I was on my bed. I took a quick pic. Never did I think that all these years later it would still be like #1 most read, but that is the like best of the best, I guess you could say. Then I definitely do have a favorite. It would be Loving Tan. But I recently discovered this one this year, and it's not for lack of trying. This sucker stays sold out. So this is from Pink Lily. This is the color medium to deep. And what I like about this one is it still gives off that same gorgeous color, like that olive color that this one does. But this one is like 1 to 3 hours. So when you apply this, again, this is gonna be one you gotta wear like a big loose t-shirt. It might stain some things. But for 1, 2, or 3 hours, depending on how dark you want your tan, you're gonna be able to just leave this on for that amount of time, rinse it off with water, and then you're good to go. The only difference is this one, you will have a little bit of color when you get out of the shower, but it does still take about 6 to 8 hours before the color fully develops. So while this one is like a, oh my gosh, I forgot to self-tan kind of tanner, this is like a, I have an event tomorrow, I really want a gorgeous color that's gonna last, I don't wanna smell, this is it. The great thing about this being Pink Lily though is that they like almost always have discount codes you can use. So whatever month you're watching this, like May 20 is gonna get you 20% off of this. June 20 is gonna get you 20% off. July 20, whatever month it is, just like use that and then put the 20 behind it. I think September it's like SEPT 20 or something, but you can almost always get 20% off. So just know this is one you're probably gonna struggle to get your hands on if it is sold out, because this one is really good. But I like that this one is kind of a, I only have 1 hour, but I still wanna look tan, so I'm only gonna wear this for an hour and it's gonna look great. So this one's good, but both of these mousse, I mean, you can't go wrong with them. And then this third one, I'm gonna put this one in its own category. I have such mixed feelings about this one. I aim more towards love, but this one is very high maintenance. So I heard about this self-tanner from, it was actually all over my TikTok, like 4 or 5 people, just like back to back to back, and it wasn't sponsored. I did see all of them because this is actually like a spray tan solution. Like you could put this in a machine, like that's what it's meant for. But I saw everyone say basically they just put theirs in a little pump bottle. So I'll link this below for y'all. I put it in a little pump and it makes it into a mousse and it goes on beautifully. This one is definitely, you gotta put it on, wait about 20 to 45 minutes. You can get in bed. It's not going to transfer. You need to wait about 8 hours and then you can rinse your body. But this one I find has the most beautiful color. It is dark and gorgeous and it lasts for like 10 to 12 days minimum. But this one makes your skin look crazy when it starts to come off, and that is kind of why, like, the longer the time's gone, I have to be very careful and very strategic. Like, I will use an exfoliant, I'll use like a self-tanning remover, and I'll still sometimes like, I look like I have legit scales on my body. So it's just one of those, like, I do still have upkeep. Using lotion definitely helps that process look a lot less like scaly. But there have been times I have like forgot to put lotion on my legs in like 2 days, and it'll have been like 12 days. I'll be like, I look crazy. So this is one, just definitely be careful and like be aware that once it starts to go, it's going, and you're gonna have to exfoliate and shave and do all the things to get it off, because it ain't cute when it starts to come off. But I love how this one is just very low maintenance as far as like 12 days. I mean, and it is the most gorgeous, gorgeous color, and it doesn't dry your skin out. It doesn't smell. After those first 8 hours, I mean, it is the prettiest self-tanning color. And like, look at this bottle. Like, this is the very first time I filled this up. I've used this multiple times since then. Little bit goes such a long way. 34 fluid ounces. I mean, this is going to last you so long, especially because of how long the tan lasts. But just be cautious, because this is interesting looking when it starts to go. And then very quickly, just some products I will link below. So this is the Over It Magic Self Tan Eraser. This is just kind of like a little bit of a liquid exfoliant. It can help speed up the process. I find that this isn't like a fix-all. If you wake up and you like hate the way your self tanner looks, you can't just spray this and it's naturally gonna fix it. It's going to remove 100% of your self tanner when you have a tan that's already fading. So I will sometimes use this on my hands if my hands start to look splotchy and I need to redo my self tanner, but I do like this one, and it smells really good too. And Isle of Paradise, I believe, is actually all of their products are on the Clean It Sephora list. I will link some self-tanning mitts below for y'all. It doesn't really matter what lotion you use, doesn't really matter what self-tanning mitt you use. It doesn't matter if you use a regular makeup brush to apply on your hands, but I'll just link my favorites for y'all below. But again, just checking out that self-tanning routine video where I actually don't have this big belly and it makes total sense, may help that make sense a little bit more. So I hope that this video kind of helped narrow down more or less my favorites of all my self tanners, but they just have different colors, different lifespans, different applications, you know, the whole nine. So I wanted to make a video to just kind of explain that I don't just have one, I have a lot of favorites. So thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to go below and click the subscribe button if you're new here. Love you so much, and I'll see you in my next video.